Well, hello Zentangle friends. This is Nancy Domnauer, certified Zentangle teacher, and today I'd like to share a little bit about shading on your tiles. Traditionally on the white tiles we use a graphite pencil for shading, but Zentangle also has tiles that are made in tan paper, gray paper, black even, and translucent. So when you have these different backgrounds, sometimes it's fun to bring in these chalk pencils. Generals makes chalk pencils in various colors, and we can use like white on these nice different colored backgrounds. And I have a whole collection, and probably a lot of you do too, of all the different colored chalk pencils. It's really, really fun. So today what I'm going to do is tangle a new pattern for you and then show you how to add shading and highlighting with browns and whites on a tan background, okay? So let's just take a moment to get ourselves centered, take a deep breath, and express gratitude and appreciation for being together. And what I'm going to do, as I said, is just show you a pattern I've recently discovered. It's named Groovy by a tangler named Eden Hunt. I'll tangle that, get us started on a square tile, white, and then later I'll show you how I've already done it on a tan tile, and then we get to do the shading and highlighting together. So gratitude and appreciation is the first step, and then we do the corner dots, 4 light corner dots in pencil, okay? And Groovy begins, you just take your pen and make like a wavy S kind of curve down, and then you're going to bring it in and mirror it as you work your way down. Taking your time, and as you notice, it's wide, narrow, wide. And so when you're at this part here is going to be more of the narrow part, and then it gets wide, and then it comes in narrow, and then it gets wide. You see how you do that? Some people might want to work this way, more like that. I like to work kind of from top to bottom. So again, here, this is going to be the wider part, and then the narrow part, and then the wider part, like that. And whatever space you have, you would work in. Let me maybe just do one more. And again, this is just more of a demonstration of the pattern, and then I'll show it to you on the circle tile, tan circle tile. What do you do next? All right, let's start working down this column. You're going to use like a gently flowing S curve in this one pod. And I'm just taking my time and echoing, auraing those lines as I go down. I repeat that here. I love this pattern. It's been out for years, and I just discovered it recently. That's funny. Then when we go to the next column, so to speak, we don't come this way. We start on this side, doing an S curve, but this way, okay? This direction is a true letter S, whereas here it's more like the number 2. Now let's go to the third column. The third column will be like the first column. It's an S type of curve, but more of like the number 2. Do you see that? And you just focus on this one column, repeating it all the way down, depending on how many of these pod shapes you have, okay? And then what do I do when I come to this? I'm going to alternate it or mirror it. So I'm going to do like what I did on the second row, coming this way. Okay, so this is Groovy, and I hope you have fun with it. Try it out. And I'm going to show it to you now on a circle tile. And what I did was I used both black pen and the brown pen to do the pattern. Here it is. And I started shading and highlighting it with these chalk pencils, and I thought, let me record this so I can show people how to do this, okay? Look at the difference. Here's some of those Groovy pods already with some brown shading and some white highlights. So let me do one now for you. Maybe I'll start down here. So here's one of the pods. I'm going to take my brown. I'm using the Van Dyke brown, but any of the browns will do. I'm going to go on the inside of one of these pods. Do you see that? And then I have a special tortillon dedicated for brown. So if you have these chalk pencils, you might want to get a collection of tortillons dedicated to certain colors. And so as I said earlier, usually on white tiles we use the graphite, the gray for shading, but when you have these backgrounds, like here's a brown tile, you might want to switch over and use chalk pencils to kind of more complement the tile surface color. You see how much that changes it? You know, shading is one of the integral steps of tangling. There I go. And then if you added white into these pods, so I'm just kind of holding my pencil, kind of swirling that around, the white is going to more pop out. And then I have another tortillon dedicated for white, so I just kind of swirl it around. You see how that looks? And it takes your art from being, you know, somewhat two-dimensional to three-dimensional. You know, we did the tangling, and I did it with the black and the brown, and it really changes the look of it. So I just wanted to demonstrate that today so you can kind of maybe start exploring these chalk pencils and all the different things they can do for you. Different tile colors. It's really, really, really fun. And I was working on this tile earlier today, and I thought, you know what? This is something I can teach people and show people. Hope you like the look of that. Okay, so that's just a little bit about how you can take Bijou's advice and enjoy the shading. And I hope if you have any questions, just let me know. Here's my contact information, and just wish you lots of happy tangling. Thank you.